It's very common for people to say, I don't know why I panic. And that might be fair. I don't know why I had the first panic attack. But this much is true. Panic is an extreme form of anxiety. And anxiety fundamentally is your body going into fight or flight mode, releasing adrenaline and cortisol and preparing you to fight or flee for your life. But you know what? If you're in bed, you don't have to fight and you don't have to flee. But you have a panic attack nevertheless. Panic is the pinnacle. It's the top of the mountain of anxiety. And it's a mistake that your brain is making. If you don't want to have that mistake, if you don't want to have panic, well, what we have to do is we've got to stop being anxious. So panic is amplified anxiety. But you can't stop having a panic attack if you're quite prepared to have amplified anxiety. So what we have to do is we've got to reduce your anxiety level so that you never get to the top of the mountain. You never get to the peak. You never have another panic attack. We do that by retraining your brain to reduce the anxiety that you have. It's a process. It's a well-trodden process. Millions of people go through it every year when they have CBT therapy. But I'm offering you the opportunity to go through it without actually having to have a therapist, without having to go to someone's office, without having to take an antidepressant, without having to have the expense of a therapist. Anxiety Wizard plus Community is a really low-cost option for taking yourself out of panic, by taking yourself out of anxiety, by retraining your brain to stop making these mistakes. And eventually, and people say this to me all the time, right? I say, well, how's your week been? We know what's been happening. And they go, I forgot to be anxious. And that's when you know you've retrained your brain, when you forget to have a problem. So please join Anxiety Wizard plus Community and take back control of your mental health. There's no reason not to do it, really. I mean, if you're satisfied with how things are, then don't do it. But if you're dissatisfied with how things are, if you'd like to not be panicky or anxious, or even depressed or stressed, then this is an opportunity to change your life experience.